Hey everybody, Tom from IGN here with Brendan Graber.
Hey, how you doing?
It's week 20 of the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Blog update.
Happy 20 weeks.
I know, it's nice.
Can I just say thank you all for sticking with us for 20 weeks. It's been crazy. It's been a roller coaster of emotions, and today is no exception.
Yeah, it's nice at week 20, Nintendo decided to play it a little easier, go a little softer this week. Not a lot happened. No, there was a big Nintendo Direct, but there were also a lot of Smash Blog updates, so let's jump into that. Going in semi-chronological order, back to Zero Suit Samus they did a trailer for.
Yeah, and we haven't really seen anything new, so the only new thing I think that we've really seen is that her final smash is now she jumps onto the gunship and gets the various suit and kind of does a downward beam, almost like Lucario's final smash, his aura beam, which you can kind of direct as you do that. That's really the only thing we saw, so I think we can move on, right?
Okay, yeah, we got a lot to get through, so definitely should. We also saw a level coming back, the living room stage from Nintendo.
There are dogs and cats in the background.
That's kind of it, right?
And then things fall, little building blocks fall from the sky. You've seen it before in the last game. It was released, I think, for the Wii U.
I feel like dogs and cats in the background make any stage better. I just want that for all of them.
That's very true.
After that, we also saw a trailer for Rosalina and Luma.
A couple small details we noticed. I think the biggest things is that her shield now encompasses Luma, but people usually use Luma to great effect when Rosalina was attacked. Luma you could still mash buttons and he would mirror the attacks even if she was taking damage and stunned. He could still fight. Now he just freaks out, and so he can't actually fight when she's being stunned by a hit. So that kind of nerfs their viability somewhat. And then her final smash had that giant power star appear, which is kind of easy to avoid, but now it kind of pulls people inwards, so it is also larger, I think. So it has a little more viability in how good of a final smash it is. And her little gravitational pull automatically equips items, which is a neat touch.
It seems like probably she got a buff overall, but I feel like this is going to be one of those things where we're just going to have to play it to find out, because it's a lot of tweaks back and forth.
I do want to see how that Luma nerf is going to hit Rosalina players.
Yeah. We also saw an assist trophy that I think got glimpses of, but not really. Claptrap. Yeah, we haven't seen too much of Claptrap.
Little chomper boy.
Yeah, he bites people.
He goes around and chomps on you.
And I love the way he goes from very, very tiny to just an enormous mouth the size of Donkey Kong. We also heard new music this week. It was the battle music from Pokemon Sun and Moon, which I really like.
Yeah, it's kind of a nice little upbeat tune. It's by Hiroki Kawada, I think. He's a Namco composer. A couple of Namco games. So yeah, really cool. But there's also some bigger music along with the big Direct.
Along with a lot of other stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, of course, the Smash Bros. Nintendo Direct, the final one, was this week, and it was 40 minutes of massive, amazing reveals, just non-stop stuff. Sakurai, even during it, was like, man, I hope I get to take a break soon, because there was just so much stuff. We have a lot of coverage, including this week's NBC, where we go into that Direct really in depth, but what are some of the highlights here that we wanted to talk about?
So they had some things in the blog that they kind of teased, which was, besides the Direct, the reveal trailer for both Incineroar and Ken. We didn't get Ken's personal trailer this week, so we'll talk about it next week, but he is a Echo Fighter of Ryu. He is a little bit different, but not too different enough that he's his own character.
A little faster.
Yeah.
A couple other little visual things, kind of what we expect from an Echo Fighter at this point.
And then we also got at the end I think it's the duck hunt of this game. The excuse me, what? Piranha Plant is a playable fighter. I'm just like.
I like that we're saying Piranha Plant as if it's a name now too, not like it's just a Piranha Plant.
It's like if Goomba was.
Yeah. It's kind of odd to me, but Piranha Plant did look pretty neat. That, of course, is coming as free DLC if you buy the game before January 31st to everybody, and you'll be able to get it as paid DLC after that.
And he's not included in the 5 planned DLC update characters.
Yes.
He's outside of that thing.
So we did also learn that there will be 5 DLC characters and stages releasing between now, or when the game launches, and February 2020 was the cutoff for that. No idea when of those are going to showing up. We don't even know when Piranha Plant's going to show up, but they are coming, which is cool.
We also got a look at the fabled single-player mode.
Yes, we finally know that the people who unscrambled that green thing long ago were right. There's a Spirits mode.
There's a Spirits mode, and then there's the World of Light mode.
Which is actually the adventure mode. It's called World of Light.
And so, which also incorporates Spirits too, because Spirits are like the new non-trophy stickers, like when Brawl and the little combat upgrades you can get in Wii U and 3DS. where now you fight these spirit battles, and there are very unique parameters, very silly, weird, and maybe difficult and challenging parameters to fight a character imbued by a spirit. You beat them, you can then equip the spirit to you, and the primary spirit can also have assist spirits that can bolster their power even more. So there's this whole kind of like gotta catch 'em all Pokemon thing.
Yeah.
And then as part of the World of Light adventure mode where everybody in the Smash universe dies except Kirby because he's the one true hero.
And also because Sakurai invented him.
Exactly.
So of course he's gonna survive.
He's always good. He was like in the beginning of Subspace too.
Yeah, it was
like,
Mario. Like by all accounts, it should have been Mario and Link, and it was Mario and Kirby for some reason.
Because Kirby.
I love Kirby.
But so in the adventure mode, everybody is turned into these spirits, except for Kirby. So then you fight. I think you unlock the rest of the cast because you only have the original 8 for battle versus mode by fighting them and unlocking the spirits they have. And they show like it's like a huge board map, and you see the very top where the bosses that start all this. And as you explore new areas, you get to fight either other spirits or other characters who are imbued by spirits. We saw things like puzzles that people were stepping on. There was warp pipes. There was portals to different areas of the game. I think we even saw like a shop marker.
Yeah, we saw even one thing where Pokemon Trainer called a Lapras to be able to like swim on the water.
You get to get specific spirits like Pokemon to just do things for you. Like
I think maybe that might be it. And of course, I think that this will probably tie into, this might be a way to unlock characters. Like you said, you only start with the original 8 in PvP. It might be a way to, an alternate way to unlock characters.
Yeah, he did say you unlock them very fast.
Yeah. And also, Smash has always had the way where just the more multiplayer battles you play. So if you want to ignore all of this, probably you're just going to be able to ignore all of this
We'll have an unlockable guides, don't you worry. I thought that one of the best parts about the trailer for single player is that the main theme now has lyrics.
Yeah, those lyrics kicked in, and it was like, oh,
this is an anime now.
This is a song. Okay.
It's like an anime. It almost sounded like it was a Fire Emblem Awakening soundtrack.
Yeah.
It's not the same singer though. It's someone else. I don't know who it is, but the person who did Azura said that it was not me. But yeah, it sounded very similar. I was just like, oh, cool. And it's actually on, if you go to the music part of the Smash website, it's replaced the main theme. It's now like in the bottom corner. You can still listen to that. And you can listen to it in Japanese or in English. And there's a little shining star in the background. If you click on it, it gives you the lyrics.
Oh, it's nice.
Nice touch.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that. I think there's a trend of this game and what they've revealed so far is that there's a little more than meets the eye with a lot of this stuff, where they teased stuff early on that's now, oh man, it's a lot bigger than we were expecting. They did confirm also that trophies are not coming back. They're kind of being replaced by the spirit system. But
there's like probably thousands of.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of those spirits. So, you know, that's a little bit disappointing, but also understandable.
Yeah.
We did, as you said, though, we got an actual trailer for Incineroar on the blog.
Yeah, his character trailer was actually shown, and we got a lot of his moves, and you can actually see him on the treehouse afterwards. But he's a very slow fighter.
Yeah.
The slowest walker in the game, even more than Ganondorf, which is surprising me.
Wow.
He's also a bit of a showboat. I love that after he attacks, he'll just like do a little flex.
Every time.
Every time, or if he misses, he's just like, oh. But you can cancel that if you want to, or just leave it playing if you just want to showboat too.
That's amazing, because basically they've made it so that he automatically taunts after every successful hit, but then you can just cancel him. And so if you don't do anything, you just flex, and that's so great. And if you don't want that, you just keep playing like normal.
We saw his special moves. He has the Darkest Lariat, where he does a whirlwind attack, and it has priority over almost everything else, which is good because it's a slow character that you can't get in fast. He can actually trade off with other characters. He also has the best throws in the game, which is, he's a wrestler type. He's not a fighting Pokemon, but he's a dark fire. He's the final evolution of Litten in Sun and Moon, but he's also a wrestler, because why not?
Sure.
So yeah, he has like the best throws, and he has the bigger knockback. His attacks are very strong. He has a side special, which is also a command throw, kind of like Ganon's like grab, but instead of grabbing and just doing a move, he grabs and then he throws them into a turnbuckle that just shows up, and they come back at you. And if you hit A at the right time or B at the right time, you'll do a lariat attack, which for a lot of damage. If you do it a little too early, it's like a back throw. And then if you don't, they just run into him and he takes damage. So it's a very specific timing special move. And then his up special is the one where the cross cut, where he goes up in the air and then just dives down.
Right.
Which it doesn't bode well for his recovery.
Yeah, I mean, but mobility doesn't seem to be his strong suit generally.
True. I wonder if you can not go into the second one. I didn't really see.
No, I think you have to, pretty much, is what I've seen. Because they were mentioning that you will die if you use this poorly.
Oops. So yeah, that's going to be really tough. And then his counter. We have a lot of fighters in this game with counter, but his counter is different.
It's a little unique, yeah.
He doesn't actually attack back automatically. He soaks in the blow, and he's just like, oh, I'm going to get you. It's called Revenge because it powers up his next move. And knowing that he has a lot of, I'm assuming, super armor attacks, like the Darkest Lariat, like you can afford to get that next hit off and not worry about getting knocked back first.
Yeah, it's really. They do that a lot where they take kind of similar move structures, and I like seeing them do that and then putting that twist on it, because this makes it very different from a lot of the other counters.
Yeah, I don't usually play too many slow fighters. I like Ganondorf, but I might check out Incineroar because it seems like a very interesting take on a slow wrestling fighter.
And he is also the last character that they're going to be announcing before the DLC stuff. He's the last character that's actually going to be in the game, which is exciting because Ken was an Echo. So this is the last character we're seeing that's a pretty unknown quantity in terms of how they'll play. So a busy week.
And we'll be sure to have a lot more next week when we see the character trailers for Petey Piranha. I keep wanting to say Petey Piranha because his final smash is he brings up Petey Piranha, but he's just some piranha plant. He's just some piranha plant.
Well, we'll have more on that. Hopefully, we'll get character trailers for him and Ken. Until then, though, for all things Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, stay right here on IGN.
Thank you.